everyone, welcome back. Glad you're here to hang out with me tonight for a reading sprint. Hope everyone had a blessed week. Let me know what you're reading and everything. Excited to be here tonight with all of you. I actually forgot until about an hour ago. I was like, oh yeah, it's Friday. And sometimes Friday just sneaks up on you, and I don't remember that it's Friday sometimes until, thankfully, if I do forget, I always have an alarm set for every single Friday, so I don't forget any of you. So, yeah, you're not forgotten. At least I have a reading sprint. So, let me know what you're reading. I actually have a couple of books I am in the middle of. My goal by the end of the year is to just complete the ones that I've started. I'm not going to start any new review books or anything. I just want to finish the ones that I started. So I have a few ebooks started on my Kindle or my phone, and then I have one. Well, I have one physical book. I would love to get more physical books read, but we'll see how that goes. I might try to squeeze one or two more in, but I doubt it's going to happen. Anyways, so let's see who's here, and then I'll say what I'm reading and in the middle of. Hi, good to see you, Avril. So is it Avril or Avril? I know it's probably pronounced both ways, and I want to make sure I get it right. Because sometimes, I want to make sure you're happy with the pronunciation of your name. And you started a new book, and you have some books under the tree for you. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. I got one new book. So yes, so one new book. I very rarely actually get any books. So I was actually surprised there was a book under the tree this year. Hi, Erica. You'll be reading and hopefully writing some tonight. That's awesome. I was meant to write today, but I didn't. But I did catch up a little bit in a book review book that I was reading. So I was productive a little bit this afternoon, but got no writing done. I'm hoping to spend a lot more time writing next week. And you're also going to work on a New Year's reading list for yourself. Awesome. If you didn't know, my two friends, Holly over at Lovely Day with Holly and Oshina at Oshina's Gotta Read 'Em All, on their channels, they're doing a New Year's week readathon. It's actually going to happen the third week of the month this time instead of the first week. So that should be fun. And I will actually be able to join in this year. So that'll be nice. Hello. Yes, Friday just snuck up. I honestly thought for some reason it was Thursday still. Hi, glad you're here. I'm so excited that everybody's here already, ready to go with their reading and everything. Hi, Kim. Yes, especially with a few festivities, because it's very rare that Christmas is on a Wednesday. So, I feel like it should be, I don't know. I feel like lately it's been, on a Monday or Tuesday, which technically it would have been in previous years. But Wednesday is such a rare time for Christmas that it just confused me. And I think, oh, it's already Saturday or still Thursday or something. Hi, T. Glad you're here. I love everybody talking to each other in the comments. It's always great to see you guys make friends with each other, and it's so much fun. T's reading Nature of Love by Tony Shiloh. I'm so excited for that book. I don't have time for it yet, but I will get to it in the new year. I'm on her launch team again. I'm so excited. I think I've been on every single one of her launch teams since In Search for Prince, I believe. She's a really nice lady. Hi, Nikita. Nikita's reading A Night by Ellie Weisel, a reread. Awesome. I hope to do more rereading next year. I have some books I'd really love to reread. I'm glad I made a list. Hi, Jeanette. Jeanette's reading Walking on Hidden Wings by Rachel Scott McDaniel. Nice. That's on my list because isn't it set in the 1920s? I feel like it is. I have it somewhere, I think. Yeah, I have a copy somewhere. I just don't know where it is right now. Yep, same thing, T. I know I'm not going to get to all my arcs. I have a few on my shelf next to my chair in the living room where it's I have I think 4. So I'm if I can get these done, these are the only ones I want to complete before the new year. Other ones I've already told them I can't get to it this year. I'm going to get to it next year. So they were very kind, or they were they contacted me for this year and I'm I'm sorry, I can't this year, but if you want to still send it, I can get to it later. Avril like apple. Okay. Okay. So I was right the first time when I said Avril. Okay. Or unless you pronounce apple differently. But hi, Courtney. Courtney's reading Up from Dust by Heather Kaufman. Nice. That's a good book. I can't wait for the second one. It sounds really good. Going to start out listening to In the Shadow of Jezebel while doing some housework. Nice. Although I did say to relax, but I understand. Cleaning after the holidays. T's going to spend tomorrow writing. Nice. Tomorrow, my mom is going to hang out with her sisters for the day. And I am going to have a nice pizza and movie night with my dad. So we're going to watch a movie, old Claudette Colbert movie, possibly, or an old movie called The Great Race. So two of our favorites that we're going to be watching tomorrow. And pizza. We haven't had pizza in a while, like store-bought pizza. Hi, Sandy. Sandy's reading Brink of Chaos by Tim LaHaye and Craig Parshall. Nice. Sounds like a intense time there. You're reading Before She Disappeared by Lisa Gardner. So a thriller. Awesome. Yay, Kim. I'm so excited you're reading The Blue Castle. Oh, I loved that one so much. That's definitely, honestly, I feel that's my favorite classic so far. It's between that one and I also really liked, no, it would be Blue Castle. But I did really like, what's it called? By Agatha Christie. Why Didn't They Ask Evans? That one's good too. You got the Melania book for Christmas as well as the new Lisa Marie Presley book. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm not huge into celebrity books either. There's only one that I'm interested in, and that's Tom Selleck's. So I'm on the hold list for his audiobook. And I tried Barbara Streisand, but when I found out how long it was, number one, it's like a 48-hour audiobook. And I'm like, I love her, but like I love her music and her movies, but I'm like, I don't really want to listen to her that long. Thank you so much. I know, it's actually still curly. I curled it, I think 2 days ago, so it actually kept a little bit of the curl still. It's more wavy, but I love how it looks kind of pink on camera today. Nikita loves The Blue Castle too. It's such a sweet book. I love that one. Oh, that's a nice book to get into in your literary book club box. I love that. That's a great book. They did a good job this month for you. Yes, you love her launch teams. I didn't know you were in her launch teams as well. Thank you. Okay. I thought it was because there's a singer with the same name. So, okay. I'm glad I got it. You mentioned gifts for Christmas. I got books, gift cards for more books, and an electric kettle. That's nice. I usually do like a little haul, but I was like, no, that's okay. I mean, I didn't really get hardly anything bookish. I got one book or two books, one from a booktuber friend and one from my family. And then I got a few craft supplies that I love. So that was lots of fun. I got 2 seasons of Doctor Who, like the only Doctor Who characters I like. So that was nice. And then I also got a ring, if I can show you, because I got like two. I stacked some rings, so like it's on the bottom. But I did get this one. I picked it out. And technically I bought it, but it was from my parents because they sent me a coupon through my Etsy account. So, but it's a small airplane. And so I wanted that to remind me of the airplane that I got to fly myself for research for my book. So I was like, I really wanted this for Christmas. So that was one of the gifts from my parents. Probably my favorite. So yes, I think that's about everything that I got. I did get some like a heater for like my feet, but it wasn't that warm to me. So I was like, that's okay. And I ended up, my family is going to return it. And I actually ended up getting a couple coloring books at Ollie's Bargain Outlet. And if you have an Ollie's, go to Ollie's because for some reason they had some really great coloring books and they hardly ever do anymore. So I'm really happy that I got that. I do not have any formal writing education aside from English classes, and being homeschooled. I'm sure honestly being homeschooled probably helps even more than just being publicly homeschooled or public schools, because there was a lot of grammar that I grew up with, and Yeah, a lot of grammar, a lot of spelling. So, no, I don't have any formal writing education. I'm just if God led me to it, then I'm gonna go and write, I guess. And I'm enjoying it so far. I'm sure I'll get either an editor or, if I can get a publisher, they have editors as well. I love The Great Race. It's such a good movie. Yes, I am getting there. I think I've read about 6 or 7 of her books, and I've enjoyed the majority of them, so I am excited to read more of hers. Susie's reading Stealing the Preacher by Karen Whitmire. Nice. You May Start Crisscross by CC Warrens. I'm currently reading the second book in that series. It's so good. It's okay. Nikita finished the nonfiction Gardner Heist. Ooh, awesome. It does sound interesting. I like more like, I guess, crime or adventure type nonfiction books. That one sounds like something that I would enjoy. I like numbers 9 through 11. So, like Matt Smith, well, it goes David Tennant, Matt Smith, and then there's one before David Tennant, and I can never remember his name. It's something Eccleston, and he only lasted 1 season, but I did like him. I actually started watching Doctor Who with him, and so he used to be my favorite, and then David Tennant kind of took over. Yeah, yeah. I don't honestly think you need formal writing education. I mean, I honestly don't think a lot of authors really do. It's just you just you have to research the industry, which I know I still have to do that as well, but just knowing about the industry, how the industry works, and then, once you have that manuscript, find an editor or find a publisher that has editors and they can help you, work through the little kinks and stuff, just, you know. So, no, I honestly don't think everybody does have formal writing education when they become an author, not unless you're like planning on actually writing from, like, an early age, and you're gonna do that. I didn't know. So okay, 9/11 are your favorites too. I don't remember what Gridlock was about. I don't know. I like for some reason, um, I like the weeping angels. They're a little scary, but I do like that episode. It just kind of intrigues me. Like, I don't know, they kill people, but not really because they just send them back in time to live out their lives. It's just I don't know. That'd be the way I'd wanna go. I love The Gardener Heist. My book club did it, and we all loved it. Oh, awesome. I'm gonna have to check it out, add it to my ever-growing TBR. Oh, thank you, T. I would love to be traditionally published. I really don't see myself as indie published either. So we'll just see though where God leads me. You knew you wanted to write, but it's so much more than just writing. Yeah. Yep, yep, exactly. The more connected with readers and writers you get, the more you learn. Yes. Yeah, I never thought I would write at all, honestly. Like, I always thought growing up, I'm like, I'm a reader, that's it, And one time, like a long time ago, I would say like maybe 6 to 8 years ago, I actually started writing a children's fairy tale book. I didn't get very far. I think I got like 1 or 2 chapters in. I was like, "Nah, I'm not a writer." But then I guess God changed and I might go back to that fairy tale book. I don't know because I'd love my dad to do the illustrations and because he loves illustrating and I feel like he could do the animals and stuff really well. Because I want to do my own fairy tales. I don't want to do like a retelling. I actually want to create my own fairy tales. So and they're going to be like all interconnected. So like you're going to see like little pieces from like different people's and animals' points of view throughout the different stories. So someday I would like to get back to that book. Gridlock was the cars in the space. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And the cats with the driver is a big cat. Yeah. Yeah, I like the little baby kittens. Well, right now I'm writing a adventure rom-com contemporary story, but I could see myself writing sci-fi. I could see myself writing fantasy, historical fiction. I love historical fiction, but I don't really like the research aspect, but if I find like an interesting little tidbit, I don't think I'd mind doing it. Not much in a reading mood tonight. I've been that way a little bit too this week. I've been just kind of on and off, wanting to read, wanting to not read. Yeah, the fairy tale stories. Yeah, I think that would be lots of fun. You love the planning, prepping, researching, and connecting. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, just as much as the writing, especially the connecting. I love making friends, and like, can I just be friends with everybody that I meet in the publishing world and writing world? Okay, so before we get started, I have not told you guys what I'm reading tonight, although it does technically say in my little caption, I think, on the bottom of the screen. But I'm reading Mercy Tree, and yes, this has been on my TBR since last year. So yes, it's been it's been on my list, and it is a review book I got in the mail. But I am adamant I will finish this by the end of the month, and I'm currently a third of the way through, I believe. I'm on page 100 and something, I think 127, I think, chapter 14. Thankfully, I do love short chapters. So yes, 126 I'm on. And so I only have a little less than 200 pages left to go. So this will be complete by the end of the month. I was like, I promised myself, because I think this is the only review book from last year. And I'm like, I just want to make sure I get it done. This is the one I do not want to bring into 2025. So I will be completing this one. All right, so let's go ahead and do a 30-minute reading sprint. We'll go until 45 after. So have fun reading, everyone, and I'll see you all back in half an hour. Okay, everyone, that's the end of our first reading sprint. I got no reading done, so that's how my first half hour went. I caught up in reviews though, so I'm happy. Not completely caught up, but I got a good chunk done. So that's what I did. I was productive instead of relaxing, but at least I completed a little bit of what I wanted to get done. So yay, happy to get that done. So I'll be able to read during the next sprint. All your chores are done and got 8 pages read of a book on your Kindle. Mission Merry Christmas by Nancy Nagel. Ooh, sounds fun. Decided not to start a new audiobook right now. Yeah, but at the end of the year, it's like, do you really want to start a new one? Because, sometimes you might not be able to finish that last book before the end of the month. So that's usually what I think. I don't want to start anything new. I just want to finish the ones that I started. So if I don't, it's okay too. 2 chapters read by Jeanette. Awesome. Nikita got 29 pages of night. Sorry, Dad's just getting some chips, so it's very noisy in here. All right, so just trying to mute you guys so you don't hear the chip bag. Courtney, currently 95 pages into Up from Dust, and it's wonderful. Awesome. Avril got some time writing notes for a vlog you're planning. Ooh, fun. About the angel tree. I didn't know. I didn't hear about that. Interesting. The only one that I used to do for Christmas, we used to do the Shoebox Christmas, which I love that company. The Shoebox Christmas. They do such amazing work. I saw a story the other day. That story, I was like, are you kidding? It sounded like it was real, but it was talking about how like this little boy at like around maybe 6-ish, and he was doing the Christmas shoe boxes, and he sent one with his picture and like a little cowboy outfit or something. So he sent his picture along with the box, and the girl opened the box, and she kept the picture. And years later, she ended up contacting him, and they ended up like talking for like, I don't know, I think it was a couple years on the internet, and they ended up getting married. And they do the Christmas shoebox every year. And I was like, what an incredible, sweet story that, God put 2 people together through a shoebox, and they met and fell in love. So, I mean, it sounded like a real story to me. So, and some people in the comments said they actually knew the couple. So that's a really neat story. And I was like, that is so cool. I don't know if I ever put my picture in one of the shoe boxes or not. I think I always wanted to, but I never got the chance to actually do it. I think at the time we didn't really have any cameras or anything when I was younger, but it was a lot of fun. Mom's here. Hi, Mom. Mom's reading 12 Sleighs of Christmas by Jacqueline. It's Jacqueline. Jacqueline Frost. Susie got to chapter 4. Awesome. Yeah, that is a really cool story. I would love to do the shoe boxes again. They're so much fun. Hi, Lucy. Glad you're here. Are you reading anything? Are you just relaxing? I will get reading done next time. But I'm also planning on, I don't know if you guys know about, like I talk about my Bible journaling channel sometimes, but I also have a coloring book channel here on YouTube. But I stopped it probably early last summer because like I just got so busy, and I really wasn't in the mood to color. But I am starting that channel back up next month. So if you're into coloring books for adults, I will be starting that back up. It's under The Coloring Angel is what my YouTube name is. Don't know where I got that name, but I just thought it was cute. Lucy's trying to finish Hidden Christmas by Timothy Keller. Nice. I finished my last Christmas book on Christmas, actually. I think I was like, can I finish this? Yep, I'm going to finish this last Christmas book. So no more after that. I'm like, I think I'm done. I don't even want to know how many I read. I think I read like 16 Christmas books. I think I'm done for the year. No more Christmas books till next year. Maybe one more. There's one I'd like to get to. It's not super Christmassy, but there's one I kind of want to get to in January. Hello, Bibliophile Puzzler. I'm not sure if you want to be called by your name or username. Just let me know. I don't know if I know your name yet, but if you just want your username, I'm totally fine calling you Puzzler, whatever you want. You're listening to an audiobook for the second book in the series. Oh, nice that you got it on NetGalley. Yeah, sometimes it's nice, like waiting until it releases and then you can listen to the audio. I do that sometimes, especially like if I know I won't have time for the physical book. I'm like, oh, can I get it on audio? And I'm like, oh, yes, I can. So it's going to be a really great way for me to catch up in NetGalley ARCs next year is just listening to a bunch of audio books. That's one of my main goals next year is I would like to get to at least 50% in NetGalley. More if at all possible, but I have like 100 and something NetGalley books, so I don't know if that's going to be doable, but it'd be nice to try. Oh, you finished 25 days. That's good. That's going to be something I want to try to do next year. It sounds really good, that book. You found another advent calendar book for next year that I'm going to try to get for you and your neighbor. That's awesome. I'm so happy you found a really good book. I definitely want to try the 25 days. T read 4%. Oops, I actually forgot to get rid of the banner. We're no longer reading. And also, why am I on a small picture? There you go. I forgot to take off the music. That's the first time. That's the first. You want to increase your feedback ratio? Yeah. Mine's like at like 20 something percent, so it's not the greatest. But thankfully I haven't requested too many lately, but it's a lot. Thankfully I didn't start like years and years ago. That's just mostly from like the last 2 years, I think. Still a lot though. Hi, Elizabeth. You just started reading Unknown Threat by Lynn H. Blackburn. Nice. I have not read that one, but I do really like that cover of it. Somebody's been missing your reading updates lately, Robin. Oh, is that your name, Robin? Okay. Yes, we all want to know, how many did you accomplish reading? Did you read one book this year? Or, I don't know, people who read more than me scare me, if I'm being honest. Like, I think honestly my average is, well, anywhere between 250 and 350 now, because this year it's at like, I think I'll be able to hit 260. Past 2 years, it was like between 3 and 350. So it's going lower, probably because I'm reading less comic books and more full-length books. But for people who read more than me, it just scares me, honestly. I'm like I don't even have a full-time job. Like YouTube is it and writing, and I'm like, I don't even read that. like I know one lady in one of my Facebook groups, she said she reads like, and she probably does listen to a lot of audiobooks, but it's still a lot to me. It's like between 6 and 800 books, and I'm like, how? And I think she reads like full-length books or listens to full-length books. They're not comic books, and I'm like, how? Like if I read comic books or like maybe all middle grade, maybe, because I've read 2 or 3 middle grade books in a day, but that's still, I mean, that's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. Like, how do you do that? I don't understand. I don't understand. What you have for a backlog on NetGalley is not to be said out loud. Yeah, I just did. Yeah, I felt like doing much online lately. Wow, 381. Wow, that's a lot. I think yeah, about 350 was my highest. I don't think that'll happen again. 24 is excellent. I am the reader in the family, and if YouTube wasn't my job, I would never be anywhere near that. My mom reads whatever I give her to read, but I would say she reads about yeah, maybe about 24 books a year. if she reads like all year. I think she's on like book number 12 maybe this year or something. My dad reads about one book every maybe 1 to 3 months. So he's probably on like book like 6 to 8 this year. So it's not about the numbers, but it's about the enjoyment, right? Did you enjoy the books you read? I hope so. Otherwise, DNF them quickly and move on to the next book. Wow, your next goal is 550. Oh, I'll pray for you because that's a lot. I always tell people to lower their their goals. Although you read a lot, so like go for it. But I always say like if you know you read like 20 books every year and you want to start to track it, start at 10 or 15 books a year. And if you hit that early, then you can bump up the goal after that. But if you don't and you just meet that goal, then you'll feel good about it. Yeah, see? So your average will most likely be a lot lower. Yeah, I listen to a lot of audiobooks. If I didn't, I don't think I could do as much as I'm able to because I do get a lot of review books. So I try to get those on audio, but if I can't, then I want to make room for a little bit of mood reading if I can. So it's always nice to have a mixture of everything. So far, your page average is 333. Wow. I'm going to see what mine is. I have not even looked at it. But many books are between 450 and 500. Wow. I think my average would honestly be probably about 280, I would say. It should actually be higher this year because as I said, I haven't been reading much in as far as middle grade and comic books go. Where is my challenge? Oh, I forgot. I forgot where I'm going. I'm like, where's my challenge? There it is. Yeah, I'm on 252 right now as far as how many books I've read. I don't think I'm going to make it to an even number. Wow, the internet is slow today. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Challenge details. Are you probably not even going to tell me how much I've read or whatever? Books read. I don't need to know books read. I don't know where to find. Oh, year in books. There we go. I was trying to find where to find the information for Goodreads. It's been a while since I've actually looked it up. Let's see. Shortest book was 35 pages. That was short story. My longest book was 466. That's not bad. I don't read a lot of books. Oh, guys, I was 1 page off. Average book length in 2024, 279. There's the proof. I was 1 page off. I said 280. Didn't I say 280? I said 280. I was 1 off. Wow. That's insane. Man, I was so close. And my average rating is actually pretty high. It's 4.1. So apparently I really like to give out high ratings. But wow. 279. I was 1 page off. But yes, so apparently I do read quality as well as quantity. At least for the most part. There have been some duds, but for the most part, I've enjoyed most of what I've read. If I read graphic novels, if I add graphic novels, I've read 320 books and comics. Wow. I add them all. I mean, just add them all. I always add them all if they're over 100 pages. Because a lot of the Archie comic books out there, especially like the thin ones, are like 32 pages. I don't count those. I don't even read them, honestly. So as long as they're 100 pages or more or close to 100, I count those towards my Goodreads goal. Because who doesn't want to add a nice Archie comic book or Garfield comic? Exactly. I'm still happy you enjoyed your read this year. And your goal was only 1 per week. That's great. That is great. 18 pages read tonight. You read 80 books this year. That's awesome. Oh, yay. You made your reading journal today. Goal is 25 books in 2025. I love that. Matches the year. And it's close to your goal this year, too, or what you read this year. So that's good. I have to add a few things into my journal that I forgot to add in. It's funny. I already filmed the January reading journal set up, and that's coming out, I think, next week. And I kind of forgot to add in a page. I mentioned it in the video. I was like, I didn't add that in, but I will later. It was I'm trying to do a statistics page at the end of the month, like showing how many audiobooks, ebooks, physical books, how many review books, how many library books, and how many physically owned books did I read. How many pages did I read? Just so like it'll be nice to have those for the end of the year, but also be able to share with you guys a little bit more on what I read for the month. So I think that'll be a little bit more fun, a little bit more in depth of how I'm doing as far as goals and review books versus my own books and stuff. So that'll be nice. You've already set up your 2025 spreadsheet. Awesome. Waiting for Brock to release the newest version, then you can transfer all the pages I have set up. Well, hopefully it's a good new version for it. Yes, book communities are the best. Oh, yeah, we're all so alike yet so different. Yeah. Exactly. I love the booktube community for that reason. I don't really like my parents read, but as I said, I don't really talk about books with them because they're not like huge readers, you know. And I finally joined a silent book club, and I have 2 friends through that now in real life. And we hang out every once in a while, but we don't. Well, because it's been cold out, we haven't been doing much together. But I've been hanging out with one of the sisters from that group, and we've been taking walks at the mall, and then we'll chat at Panera afterwards. You bought a reading planner from an Etsy store from a friend, and I've done numerous pages for that planner already. Oh, that's awesome. Are you creating the planner for her? Like, are you doing from a friend. So your friend has the Etsy store. Never mind. I got it now. That's awesome though. Yeah, I can't wait either. Like my reading journal for next year has so many new things that I never added before. So I'm really excited to have a new reading journal that's quite a bit different. And I don't know why I decided to do the A to Z challenge again. I didn't do it this year, probably because I'm only doing like I think 3 or 4 challenges next year. And normally I'll do like 8 to 10. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I just want to relax. Just want to relax and have fun. Hi, Elma. So glad you're here. I've been enjoying talking with you guys tonight. I'm getting yacky. I think I'm getting tired. The more tired I get, the more yacky I get. My mom's the opposite. She gets more quiet because she's very talkative and I'm more quiet. So we're kind of the opposite when we're tired. Yeah, no one I know reads. Yeah, nobody at my church, I don't think reads. I think there's one lady that reads, but like I never hear anybody else talking about books. I'm like, nobody here reads. Yeah, my 2 friends at Silent Book Club, they don't really read anything that I read. My one friend though did read The Hiding Place based on my recommendation, and she actually did really enjoy it. So I was happy about that. I know. It's nice to get people to read the books that you like so you can talk about them. That's why I like to get my mom. I get her some books I've never read, like if they're available right away, I'm like, "Oh, mom, it's available. I haven't read it yet, but you can read it." But I give her some books that I've read too. Yeah, yeah. I thought you bought it. Yeah. I don't know why I thought you were making it for your friend, but yeah. So reading journal and a life journal. Plus, use a spreadsheet and just let the geek in me explode. I use a spreadsheet for a series, and that's been a blessing for sure because, yeah, that's a mess, and it keeps my series brain organized. Yeah, I thought mom read about 10 to 12. She bought a blank journal to use next year to keep track of all the books she wants to read and books she reads. So I'm excited for her. I actually just got a journal from Charisse. She is a journaling YouTuber, and she's also a Christian too, which is really cool. But she just does journal videos. You've probably seen her if you're a journal fanatic. She's from Singapore. And I won a journal on her channel. So she designed it, did all like the paper crafting and everything. So it's more of a daily planner and goal planner. So I'm like, this is perfect because I didn't have one. specifically for like goals or whatever. So I'm like, this would be great for that. I can also put like maybe memories each month in there because she only did like the first like 15 pages all planned out. So you can add your own things. I'm like, this is such a pretty journal. So that was a huge surprise when I won that. I was like, wait, I won. So it's nice that now my pile's getting bigger though of all the journals I want to use next year. Hi, Essie. Essie's reading Christmas Cupcake Mystery by Joanne Fluke. Nice. I still have not tried her books. She's got like a ton, and she's definitely on my list to try. I also want to start rereading. I never can remember her name. It's like G.A. McKevitt, I think. It's the Savannah Reed Mystery Series. I used to enjoy that when I was in high school, and I want to see if I still enjoy it. I don't know if I would nowadays. Oh, I know, right? Yeah. It is hard having books be a big part of your life, not have any community. Yeah. It is hard. That's why like growing up, I was really the only reader out of like everybody I knew. And so it is hard. And that's why I'm very, very thankful that I get to go to book events because then it's like it's one huge party for book lovers and all the introverts get together and have fun. Although, like, I would honestly say at least a third to half of us become extroverts. Oh, that's so awesome that you have a friend at church that reads a lot and watches your videos. Oh yeah, I think you have mentioned her, Alma. That's wonderful. I don't think honestly anybody watches my videos from church. Half of them probably don't even know that I have a YouTube channel, but that's okay. I used to put up book recommendations on the bulletin board. Like I would put 4 book recommendations on there, but I took them down. Nobody noticed, so I don't think anybody really cares. I was like, yeah, that's okay. I might get back to that. I don't know. You created an elaborate series spreadsheet that you've been using for about 5 years. That's awesome. That's awesome. Every year I had quite a few series to read. Yeah, I'm at like 60 something, maybe more than that. It's only going to get larger. But, every year I try to go through it and be like, did I really enjoy that first book? Am I really going to continue it? Probably not. So, yeah, sometimes I just want to do that. And I think I've only started a spreadsheet last year, I think. I think last year was the first year I did it. So, it hasn't been too bad lately. I also have a spreadsheet for a list of the entire backlist of Nancy Drew books. I can just go back and be like, have I read this one recently? No? Okay, we can read it again. Yeah, that was my problem is I forgot them. So every time now, well, not every time, but like every like 20 books or so I put on Goodreads, I go back to my spreadsheet and be like, okay, did I add this one? No, then I can add it in. Um, so lately I haven't been forgetting. Could there be series like back in like 2018 or 2019 that I didn't add? Probably, but my brain's never going to remember. All right, so I think we've talked enough, I guess. So I want to actually get to reading. So let's go until 40 after. So I'll put on the back on the music and we're gonna have fun reading and I'll see you all back soon. Okay, everyone, that's the end of our next reading sprint. Let me know how you all did. I finally got some reading done. I actually got a lot of reading done, actually. I read, let's see here. I read 32 pages. So that's a lot, actually, in 30 minutes. But yay, so that's actually pretty quick. So I finished 3 chapters. Yeah, 3 chapters. I'm on chapter 17 now and almost halfway through the book. So yay. I don't think I'll finish it tonight, but if I can get to page 200 tonight, I would be very, very happy with that. But chapter 17 now, and it's really good. I really like it because it's different. It's in the perspective of like, it's, by the way, I'm reading The Mercy Tree by Charlene McLaren, but it's about this man who was in the army during World War II, I believe, and he was in Japan, and he has an affair for one night over there, and he's never told his wife. They've now been married for 15 years, and come to find out that he had a son with that lady in Japan who he had no idea about, and his mother passed away. And so a letter comes saying, you have a son, and he's like, I'm sorry, what? And so he has to try to tell her of his big mistake that happened back then. And he's a pastor now at his church. And so it's kind of showing like the backlash of the community, but also showing like different people and how they react, seeing like how most of the community is showing mercy and showing like, you know, like they're upset by what he did, but they're also showing mercy to him, which I really like that. Not his wife's mother, though, who she's not very nice, but Yeah, she's more upset for her own life. Like, oh, I can't go and be with my ladies group anymore because, I'm gonna be shamed for the rest of my life. And I'm like, yeah, well, okay. But I am really enjoying it. I like books with more like of a deeper message like that, showing like even a pastor of, however long he's been a pastor can make a mistake back in the past, and there's still forgiveness for anyone who's sinned, no matter if you're a pastor or a YouTuber or anybody, and it's nice that God gives mercy to everybody. But I am really enjoying it. Okay, gotta figure out which comment we left out on. I'm sorry you lost internet. I'm so glad that I'm not. Last week was or 2 weeks ago. No, it was last week. Last week ago was a bit of a pickle with it being kind of weird. I was like, why is the internet acting so weird? You loved Up from the Dust. Well, hello, Susan. I'm glad you're here. Yes, for those of you who don't know, I am really thinking about it. I am praying about it, and I think it's time to start one. I'm trying to figure things out. Nothing is going to change on this channel though. There's still going to be book review each week, 2 videos a week, still reading sprints every Friday. So nothing's going to change on my channel. Just that if you guys want to help support my channel, because this is my full-time job, you can help support me, by joining my Patreon, and it'll just give you extra bonus stuff and extra bonus fun with me. So nothing's going to change on this channel. I should have mentioned that in my poll. I think I did say nothing's going to change or whatever. It just gives you extra added fun. Nikita read 22 pages. Nice. I did not think I was going to get read 32 pages, but I'm really happy that this is definitely going to be finished before the end of the year. That was like my main goal. I'm like, this needs to be done because, as I said, I've had it since last year and I feel bad. Usually don't let book reviews go that long. I'm like, I'm so sorry. You were wrong about the number of books you read. Now you're reading number 394. Yeah, 400 will be a nice round number. Yeah, I'm good at updating Goodreads, but I'm not good at updating my reading journal. Like sometimes I caught myself and I'm like, oh, I have like 15 to 20 books I need to add into my reading journal. But most of the time, I'm actually pretty good at keeping up to date in my reading journal. It's actually something that I'm good at keeping up to date. You're on page 128 of your book, and things are getting interesting. Mom read 1.5 chapters. Awesome. Robin read 4 chapters. Awesome. Hi, Sandy. Sandy read 3 chapters. Alma finished Spectacular by Stephanie Garber and picked up Christmas at Sugar Plum Manor. That is so cute. I love that one. Did you enjoy Spectacular? To me, it was just okay. It was different. I didn't know whose perspective it was going to be, and it's been years since I've read the other books from that series. So it was okay to me. Read about 9 pages in Ranger's Apprentice. Is that the first book in Robin Hobb series? I do want to try reading that at some point. You're on chapter 4 now. Jeanette got another couple of chapters. Read Anna. That's good. You're new to Christian fiction. Where do you begin? Well, there's I mean, what do you enjoy reading? What are your favorite genres? Do you like mysteries? Do you like thrillers, romance, historical fiction, contemporary romances? I mean, depending on what genre you like, there's always really good options for every genre out there. I will say, if you don't know about, there's a Facebook group called Avid Readers of Christian Fiction, and there's tons and tons and tons of book recommendations on there. You will never run short of book recommendations. But if you have certain genres that you like, I'm sure most of us would give recommendations. It just depends on what you like, or do you like certain authors in mainstream fiction? and maybe somebody can give you a recommendation for a Christian author that maybe writes similar. Because I know some people ask about that. Like if somebody likes, I don't know, say like, like Stephanie Garber's fantasy series, maybe they'll ask recommendations for a fantasy writer similar to her. And maybe I would recommend like maybe Wish Dress by Nadine Brendez. That one's pretty similar. Yes, reading journal videos. I do have, I don't know if my playlist is public on my channel or not, but there is a playlist that I have of like a bunch of reading journal setup videos, but I look up, 2025 reading journal setups on YouTube, and I always look at a lot of them before deciding, okay, this is what I want for the year. So I do get a lot of inspiration from others as well as bring my own ideas. I thought I splashed my water. I always like to make sure I got everything planned. That way I don't have to add anything in the future. Although I did add in a page for a Bible tracker because I forgot. Yeah. Oh, there was artwork inside? Yeah, I listened to the audiobook. Yeah, it got a little weird. There was some parts in it where I was like, it was definitely like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And the original like trilogy, I honestly really didn't enjoy that much. I liked the first one, but the other two I didn't really like that much. Oh, it's by a book by John Flanagan. I don't know why that title sounded familiar. Okay, so you're into real world stuff. Okay, okay, I get that. Some of my friends are the same way too. Okay, I'm trying to think of my favorites. Well, if you like romantic comedies, uh, Shannon Sue Dunlap, Love Overboard. I'll even put these in the comments so that way you guys can see them as well. But Love Overboard. There's also Becca Kinzer. She writes romantic comedy that's really fun as well. Then if you like kind of more sweet romances, I really like Toni Shiloh. She writes just contemporary romances, so nothing like historical fiction or anything. And so I really love hers, especially what's it called? In Search of a Prince. Wow, I couldn't think of that. But that's for romantic. If you like more mysteries, Colleen Cobol's one of my favorites, especially since she writes mostly series. So if you want like multiple books in a series, as well as CC Warren's I've really gotten into lately. She writes more intense thrillers for like edge of your seat, can't sleep until it's finished type of books. I'm only on the second book of hers, but it's really good. But you're going to get lots of recommendations. I'm trying to think if I think I do have a video on my channel that I talk about all of my favorite books in every single genre out there. So if I can find it, I will leave a link down in the comments. But I know I made a video about all my favorite books in every single genre of Christian fiction. So if I can find it, I will definitely put it in the comments for you. Shouldn't be that hard to find, honestly. Let's see here. Especially if I just type in favorite books. That should pop up something. Let's see, where is it? Oh, here we go. See, I knew I'd find it. My favorite books in every single genre of Christian fiction. So, although it is connected to a giveaway. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. I thought it was, for some reason, I was like, wait, there's no giveaway, is it? Is there? So I will gladly share that in the comments as soon as I find my video. And you're welcome for typing them out. Yeah. Yeah, because like sometimes like you mentioned like Becca Kinzer and you're like, how do you spell Kinzer? So you don't know exactly, how to spell it exactly. All right. There's my live. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to find my live or not. There we go. Yay, now I put it in there. I think I put it in there. Yes, it's there. Okay. So you can click on it, find it later if you want. You live next to a Christian publisher's outlet. Oh, that's great. Which publisher, or do you not know? If you can let us know that too, there might be, certain books. I wish I lived closer to Baker Bookhouse. That would be like the dream come true, although it's cold over there too, you know. It probably gets as cold as New York does, so it's like, but I would love to live next door to Baker Bookhouse, which is a Christian bookstore. All right, what time is it? Okay. Just trying to figure out when to start the next sprint. I think we'll start in about 2 minutes or so, but I think I'm going to do one more sprint and then I think I'm going to be done after that. But I would like to get at least another 30 pages done in here. So if I do, I'll be at almost 200 pages. So that'll be nice to get more into this book. And I am really enjoying it. And what was great about this book was I got back into it, I think about 4 or 5 months ago, and I put it back down again. And then I was like, am I going to have to restart this? Because I was on page 70. And then I was like, I think God was reminding me what it was about. I was like, oh, I'm good. And I could immediately pick it back up. And I remembered everything. I was like, oh, like it's very rare when I actually remember things like months and months later. But it was nice that I could just pick it up and continue on without letting something blank go by. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it's just oh, okay. Because there's a lot of stores uh in around like in Michigan and in Grand Rapids, and there's one called, which technically is run by it's Kriegel, but they also have discounted books from other publishers and stuff. So does Baker, actually Baker Publishing. So that's awesome. We have nothing like that around where I live here in New York. That kind of stinks, honestly. It's like I would love to live near somewhere, that has that. That's why if I go to Baker Publishing, I usually have not a big budget, but like I'll bring like $100 because it's like I want to support Christian publishers and I also don't buy books hardly at all anymore. So it's like, thankfully I don't live near those places because I would be broke. More so. All right, so let's go ahead and do one more reading sprint. Let's just go until the half hour. I know it's an extra 5 minutes or 4 minutes now, but yeah, let's just go till the half hour and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more. So have fun reading, everyone, and I'll see you all back in half an hour. Okay, everyone, that is the end of our reading sprints tonight. Let me know how you all did. I got to page 189 in my book tonight. Didn't quite finish my chapter, but again, almost made it to 200 pages. So really, really happy with that. So I only have about 140 pages left in this book, so not bad. I should be able to finish that by tomorrow night, hopefully. I'm really happy that that completed. Completes another book for before the new year. Before the new year. Hi, Christina. Glad you popped in tonight. You're reading Romans tonight. And you completed chapter 6. Awesome. Moving on to Dreaming About Forever. Nikita read another 20 pages. That's awesome. Happy New Year to you too, Dewey. Yes, next Wednesday already. Does anyone know of any New Year Bible read-alongs? I don't know, honestly. I know. Oh, wait. I'm thinking if Read Journal Love is doing one. I think she is doing one next year, if I'm not mistaken. But her channel is Read Journal Love, and I think she is doing a Bible read along next year, I think. But it is a good idea to do one. But there could be other people who are doing it as well. I just don't know about it. But if I do find one, I'll put it on my community tab here on YouTube. You're welcome, Susan. Susie got 71 pages done. Awesome. Another couple of pages, 60 pages read tonight. That's great. I think I got, let's see, 60 pages read? Yeah, that sounds right. 60 pages read for me. Elizabeth got 48 done tonight. Awesome. And Mom read one more chapter. Yeah, Dad likes to watch TV, so especially if it's something like interesting that you want to watch and it's hard to read at the same time. That's why I pop in an audiobook instead when people are watching TV. But awesome. So I'm glad you guys all popped in tonight. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to say a quick prayer for our weekend before we all pop off here. Dear Lord, thank you for our time together tonight. Thank you for great books and great friends, Lord God. And I just pray, Lord God, for our weekend, Lord. And I pray, Lord God, for a blessed rest of the year. And I pray for a really, really great 2025, Lord God, for everyone, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful night. And you're welcome. I love answering questions and talking about books. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. And